We live in a world where people still feel alone, and my goal is to change that. My goal is to help you feel seen in a world that doesn't really want to see you. So I opened up a voicemail on my podcast where people can send in thoughts, questions, problems they're having in their life, and hopefully I can give you some advice. And that voicemail filled up very fast. This is a new episode of The Relationship Audit, and this is where I dive deep into your relationships, either with your partners, with people you're dating, or even with yourself, in hopes to find the good in all of it. But today we're jumping into the voicemails, and I have a few that were sent out, and I want to go over a few with you. Let's jump right in.
Recently, I went through a breakup that was only about 3 months long, and I know that sounds short, but we just had the same values, we had the same morals, we just were in love, and I ended up staying with him and his family for a month, and God kind of called us back, and I couldn't live there anymore because the landlord found out, and I had to leave. And when I left, he stated that oh, maybe we aren't supposed to be together because
felt like it was time for us to break up.
This happened because you had to leave, and it was just that's not what I think is going on. I think we probably just need to take some space. But for a whole month of February, we just kept going, and I think it just ate at him. And instead of taking space, he ended up breaking up with me over text message the last day of February. So I believe he's my person, but I know he's going through it, and that's what's hard right now.
You didn't submit this to get some cookie cutter advice. You submitted it to get some tough love, and that's what I'm here to do. That boy doesn't want you. And to be fair, he doesn't deserve you. Now, in relationships, in the first 3 months, we go through a lot of feelings. We go from meeting somebody that is a stranger to then falling in love with every single little thing that they do. All the things that some of them will eventually upset us in the future, like the little quirks that then become icks. And that's normal. That's so normal. When we meet somebody, we just fall head over heels. And in 3 months, a lot of that change happens. And it's really, really shocking. And I find with a lot of men, the honeymoon phase, that drop off going into, now I'm in a questioning phase, that's a massive drop for a lot of men. Because they get so blindsided by their feelings. They're not really asking how they feel. They're just kind of going with the flow. And I don't think the landlord kicking you out was a sign, but I think that might have been a sign for him to say, hold on, this is moving too fast. This is too much for me. So I don't want to tell you this wasn't your right person, or this isn't the person that you should love or marry or anything like that, but he's not ready. And this is his way of voicing it. And when he first voiced it to you saying, I think this is done, and you elongated that, well, I think that hurt him.
I have no one to turn to but you.
Actually, you don't even have me.
I think that pushed him away even more. And I'm not saying that's your fault, but he just went along with it, and it eventually became too much. And it doesn't mean that there's not love there. There could still be love there. But I find a lot of guys take a lot of time. They need a lot of time, and honesty comes out slowly in males. I find it's not a big dump truck and you're just here's everything that I'm feeling. It's little tiny tidbits. And so I don't think you were wrong in saying that you wanted to keep going. I don't think there's any right or wrong in any of this. But he just wasn't ready. And that's something you have to accept.